Hello everybody. I have a quick next video in regards to the current quadrant. I was looking at the second exploration site which spawns in LowSec called AEGIS Capital Ship Security Facility. You currently will find them as celestial beacons in LowSec. Let's have a look at how the site works. You notice on the scan, you will see some EdenCom AEGIS security forces. You will face these a bit later during the site. You warp to a acceleration gate, which is about 50 kilometers off the warp in beacon. You cannot warp inside of these rooms, and obviously what you need to do is head into room number 1. I'm using a pacifier here for the main reason, like you would use another covered ops frigate other than the Astero. You need a low recloaking timer, meaning if you get decloaked, you want to be able to cloak up immediately. Again, here is stage number 1. What you want to do is get away from the beacon, cloak up, turn on your micro warp drive a little bit, and head upwards to the left, so you do not get decloaked by one of, well, the tower to the right. There are some AEGIS security scanner which pulse once in a while. The patterns are unclear, but they seem not to affect you if you're further than 60 kilometers away. If you are closer, you might get decloaked when they pulse. The thing is, as long as you are having a very small signatures, the guns will not be able to target you in time, so you can just cloak up again. What you want to do is you want to go to the gate to the left first, align a little bit, decloak, activate that, and you are in the second room, which is mainly there to provide you with a key, which allows you to go to the third stage where the actual loot is. These little circles are indicating the position of mines. If you get closer than that circle / well, the sphere they represent, they will explode and hurt your ship, probably significantly, as in you might blow up unless you have a real good tank. I do not know how much damage they do, so avoid them by just cruising through the gaps. It is worth noting that, well, this is information I've been given from various sources, and that information says as soon as somebody is in the site, nobody else can enter, so it's rather safe. And the key that you will pick up from this hack here is unique to this very site, so you cannot share the keys or just sell them on the market and somebody else can activate the second stage of another instance of this site. That is information I haven't personally verified, but I'm gonna put it out there. I heard about that. So here's the key, and all you do is obviously loot that thing and head for the next gate, which is going to bring you back to the initial room with the 2 gates, where you will have to do some piloting and a little bit of a trickery with your micro warp drive and cloak. Let me actually explain what's going to happen. So in order to get to the other gate efficiently, you might want to shortcut through the sphere of influence of one of the scanners that can decloak you. The thing is, with a 5-second recloaking delay, you're good to get decloaked by this structure and cloak up again manually before the guns actually target you. Make sure you have a small signature when that happens. So your micro warp drive should be not running all the time, just one pulse. I will explain in a second, in order to not get owned by the mechanic, or how the mechanics here work. You want to have your signature small so the things do not lock you super quickly. That is the plan here. So I'm heading up again, same angle. Initially I don't want to get decloaked immediately, so I'll get away from the tower to the right a little bit. For the purpose of demo, I think in this take here I was approaching scanner a little bit to see if the tactics actually work. The tactics being, you just slow boat cloaked until you get decloaked. You wait for the recloak to be ready. You hit cloak, and within 1 to 3 seconds you can still activate your micro warp drive. So you get 1 micro warp drive cycle after you get decloaked by the structure. I'm not sure if you should manually decloak and pulse and then recloak, because you might actually get a pulse in and decloaked while your micro warp drive is running in that case. I guess that could be a problem in terms of your signature size. Since it's bloomed, the guns might lock you faster. That is me guessing or theory crafting here. I don't know if this would happen. So right now I'm 53 kilometers away, and I was wondering, why is this thing not pulsing? Sometimes they stop, sometimes they continuously pulse. Maybe it has something to do with range, or it is just completely random. I haven't found out yet. I was at some point deciding to approach the structure so I can get decloaked. We'll just see if my theory is going to work out with the cloak or recloak micro warp drive. And there we go, we got a pulse in the face. We didn't see it, so sometimes pulses happen without you seeing them, so you have to be ready and notice that this happened, and then cloak up and hit the micro warp drive right afterwards. That will speed up your approach to the next gate. Now let's head to the third room. The third room will be quite a surprise for some computers, I would say, in terms of resources required. There's a lot of things spawning, and you might actually freeze for a bit before you can do any action. Just don't panic. Make sure that you hit your cloak once when you arrive and not twice, and decloak yourself. Unfortunate. We'll see. I'll explain how it works. So I'm getting into activation range of the gate here. I'm pre-aligning before I get decloaked by proximity here. Then I remove my cloak, activate the gate. This only works because I have the key, and the key is consumed upon entering, so you cannot leave this stage or the site is finished. In here you want to cloak up immediately and get out or get away from the bubbles in the general direction up. So you want to get up because it's going to be easier, you will see why, to approach the can you want to hack from above. If you are trying to get through the middle, it might be, yeah, well, you can see, pain in the ass. So what you do now is you just head upwards for quite a while. And again, every time you get decloaked by the scanner, you hit cloak again once the reactivation delay is gone, and you put in a micro warp drive cycle to speed up your sort of approach. There might be a way better way of doing this. This is the way I found out works consistently. While we are doing this, I'll explain what's going to happen next, because we will have to be super quick once we are at the can. The hackable can, which has the loot, is also guarded by rats. Right now they are not targeting me because I'm cloaked, and they are not fast enough to target me if I recloak within 5 seconds after getting decloaked. Once we are committed to the hack though, obviously we are no longer cloaked, and the ships will start approaching, plus the battleship, which can be multiple. I saw up to 2 so far. The battleship will target paint you, obviously shoot you, and they have a jam equipped as well, meaning once you're at the hacking can, you probably shouldn't be on a standstill, you want to orbit. That's why I brought an afterburner here. This is a 2-prop fitting with a very low signature. The pacifier has a 30 signature size to begin with, and with an afterburner on, we might be able to sick tank the battleship damage coming in, as in it will just miss. So here you just saw a cycle of cloaking up and hitting the micro warp drive afterwards, just to speed up the approach. So once we are at the can, we want to try to sick tank the battleship damage. The more battleships, the harder this is, because the battleships also do target painting. So you might want to bring a little bit of a rep to stay long enough on grid to hack the site. Furthermore, the battleships do have a jammer, and that's why I got a sensor booster there with an ECCM script. And that one is going to obviously help you not get jammed, or lowers the chance of you getting jammed significantly. Okay, let's watch the site here just for a bit. We're still getting up in order to get a better view slash angle, which allows us to dive into the site. The 3 sites I run, they seem to have the exact same layout or positioning of the bombs, so there's always this gap you can spot from the top, and you can, well, learn the site in terms of navigation. I want to mention that the site, the way it's currently working, might not be the way it's intended to be run, or there's maybe a different way to do it. This is a sort of day 2 kind of look at things, so I expect the sites not being celestial beacons initially. Eventually you might have to scan these. We will see how that turns out, same as with the Podgman sites we investigated with the last video. Check that out, by the way. Alright, still slow boating towards the can. We are very close to the opening though, I believe. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, we got decloaked again by proximity. It says there's an object nearby, but it's really one of these pulses. Again, some of the pulses you do not see, so you have to just watch your cloak. When it turns off, you have to turn it on. And there's that little gap we can see from above now, so I'm going to dive down. And you are sort of hoping to get decloaked fairly often by these pulses, so you can just do the recloak and micro warp drive cycle. That makes it way faster in approaching the hacking container down there. There's only one hack, and I'm gonna spoil it. The loot in the sites I've run so far does not justify the risk or effort at all. So here's my guess: either the loot table is wrong, or there's one of these amazing items that can drop once in a while, which makes this worthwhile. I haven't run enough sites to know what's really going on. It's a pretty interesting concept though, and you can run it without guns. I mean, you could probably steamroll with a Tech 3 cruiser into this. I got told that the site restriction is up to Tech 3 cruisers, so you could even steamroll or just roll through these bombs with a Loki maybe. I'm not sure how hard the rats are gonna hurt you. There was another instance of this site. I was running in a different mode. I was actually kiting away the group of rats. This takes a fairly long time, but it could be a viable tactics as well. If you don't want to use a cloak, you could try to YOLO this by just burning to the gates and be super fast. That might be a thing. But I would say this one here is the fastest one, together with the recloak micro warp drive cycles. Okay, we are at the can now, and at the can I decided to remove all the collidable objects to be not super confused. I think that's what I did next. And I wanted at first to keep at range to recloak, but that didn't make any sense, so eventually I decided to get into an orbit, obviously, which was the plan initially, and just turn on the afterburner to sick tank the battleship from damage. The rats themselves are, well, the cruisers are very fast. They're 1,200 meters a second. The other rats are slower. But, well, you know, this is a time-sensitive issue here. You want to be done before these things are too close or jam you or start hitting you. So afterburner is on to sick tank a little bit, and you will see the rats targeting me in a second. I had a very nice hack here in terms of rule of 6 space, so it wasn't that hard. There are the rats. They're targeting me now. and I'm just looking for the core, hoping not to get hit. If I would get hit, it wouldn't be very hard. I could use my Ansil to get my armor back and stay a bit longer just to finish the hack. I was able to complete the hack the first time here, so I don't know what happens if you fail the hack. And there's that item, which is totally not worth it. And well, that sort of concludes the AEGIS capital ship security facility research I've done so far. I want to thank the stream, obviously, who was helping with additional information here with the experience they had. Thanks for that. And well, I hope I'll see you soon with the rest of the videos about the new exploration sites coming in over the next, hopefully, few couple of days. Thanks for watching. Bye safe.